Trains are once again moving on Metrolinx's Milton line after work stoppages at Canada's two major freight railways disrupted service late last week. Work is resuming today after the Federal Labour Board ordered rail employees back to work. Our Ali Chiasson is out this morning at the Dixie Go station. And Ali, how's the Monday morning commute looking where you are?
Well, Dwight, as full train service gets back up and running, delays are still possible here at Dixie Go. The trains were running about 30 minutes behind, but it is nothing compared to what we saw, like you said, late last week when some 10,000 Go train commuters were sent scrambling. This as 9,300 rail workers, including train conductors and train engineers, were essentially locked out by the companies they work for, including CN and CPKC Rail. The union representing those workers was in negotiation talks over a collective bargaining agreement with those companies when a stalemate was reached, and we saw the labor disruption happen, and we saw all of these trains grind to a halt. But the federal government stepped in over the weekend and they mandated back to work legislation. So we saw the trains get back up and running on the Milton and Hamilton Go lines today. And I had a chance to speak with some commuters about the whole ordeal.
I understand they have reasons for the strike, but then, yeah, this last minute, pulling the plugs off in the last minute is not very helpful for, thousands of people for whom the only way is to get to downtown is through these trains.
I think it's difficult for both sides. This is such an essential service and it affects so many people. I can only hope that the binding arbitration process is fair and even-handed with both sides, and that both sides can feel heard.
This is essentially a microcosm of the situations in other industries, and we can see, like, in a lot of places that people feel like their wages aren't catching up with inflation or being suppressed in some way, and it's important again to show support for our fellow workers.
So we have a bit of an update since we last spoke to those commuters. The last train out of here at the Dixie Go station was delayed by an hour. And get this, not because of the labor disruption, but because of a signal issue now affecting the Hamilton Go line in this pocket of Mississauga. So for these commuters today, if it's not one thing, it's another issue that is affecting their train schedule. Also, the union representing those workers who were in the position to strike at one point, they are appealing the back-to-work legislation. So we are really, in a lot of ways, not quite out of the tunnel yet. Good advice to check out the train schedules online before you head out to the station. Dwight.
Oh, those signal issues. We are used to them. Thank you, Ali.